Alright, let's see how we do. So, we have a fetch, we have a top, we have a spell pierce. I think we give this a try. I think we lead with pierce, open, untap, play top, off from factory if we don't find anything. Basic island could mean literally anything. Although I would like to play this, I think we want to play this out instead. See if we can guarantee next turn's land drop. I think this is a pretty easy spell pierce back. Now that we know we won't get stifled out of nowhere. Okay. Something with countertop. I mean, we don't really need to resolve anything. As long as we have factory, I guess. I mean, blind flip would suck, but... And we got a standstill. Kind of okay with this. Tundra on top, which they draw. Brainstorm and response. Interesting. So pretty much at this point we're just looking for more lands, council's judgment. Both seem pretty legit. We're not gonna crack this. I don't really think we do anything in our upkeep. We're not attacking either, I don't think. Seems more productive to leave our mana open. Given the fact that they have counterbalance out already, I think we are supposed to try and just basic counterspell this. Hopefully we don't see a blind flip that benefits them. Brainstorm in response. Snare, Standstill, and Brainstorm. So what do we want most from this? They're putting a 2 on top. We don't exactly want Standstill, I don't think. Probably Brainstorm. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 5. Five, 6, 7, 8. We do not have creature in the graveyard yet. Yeah, I think we just try to jam this Jace. Four is a little more difficult for them. Did they find it? Did not. me just brainstorm here. None of that is what I want. Hopefully they don't find a sword of any kind, so then Mistress Factory can just take care of Jace. Perfect. Get land, play land. Two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9. So we need 4 more mana. Put 2 back, find a Flooded Strand, thank God. I think we're gonna put those back here. Take a chance here. Might set us back a turn, but I think we gotta try. Especially where they didn't have anything the last time we attacked with it. And they've been looking for, I'm assuming, things other than swords. Okay. Monastery Mentor. I think what we do is we act like we're going for counterspell. And then go for swords instead. Spell snare on top. Okay. 365-day challenge? Not that I'm aware of. Um, Still nothing good up top. Sneaky, sneaky. Okay. So right now their top is on their library. So they don't really have any method of dealing with things. I'm really tempted to play Standstill. That. Looking at targeting themselves. Okay. We're definitely playing a bit of a dangerous game here, but YOLO. Academy, Ruins, Spell Queller, Wasteland. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4 types, 7 lands. Dang, son. Okay. So, if this sticks around, we have a clock for Jace. However, we could exile this in response, so they don't get a top. Do we know what's on top of their library? I don't think so. Four, five, six, seven, 8. So we need like one more. Sure. Sure. What? Hmm. Four, five, six, seven, 8, 9 plus 4 is the number we need. However, where they have top on top of their library, we could put that on bottom. On the bottom of library, yes. Get this out of here. Hopefully. Ugh. Brainstorm, stop. Okay, so we do know what's on top of our library, so we want to fetch it away. Get blue. Top. Ooh, that's good. That can be our backup plan. So now they have Brainstorm in hand. They're definitely going to nuke Jace. Play a second counterbalance. Okay. We know that we have Council's Judgment on top. We don't know what they have in hand, however. They're able to fetch away whatever they didn't want. One and one makes sense. So if for some reason our Emrakul does not completely screw them over, then we will hopefully be able to resolve Council's Judgment. Oh crap, I didn't. Oh, because they put Planeswalker in. We should have left Caracas open to bounce Emrakul. Sad days. Well, either way, I assume basic counterspell? Yeah. We do have the ability to top. That's fine. We still get their turn. Let's see, what do they get? They have Force of Will and Mountain. So I think in order to properly make use of their turn, we need to brainstorm with their Jace, unfortunately. However, otherwise we could bounce a Mentor, recast it, then force it, which would get them more monks, but I think we just need to find a Terminus more than anything. Brainstorm, Flooded Strand, Force of Will. Put those back. Fetch. Okay, so 4 Terminus, 1 more Mentor, 2 Nahiri, 1 Council's Judgment, 1 Emrakul the Aeon's Torn. We will not find anything. Then we'll shuffle. Yep. I like how these triggers. A Mentor, an Emrakul, Scalding Tarn. Well, no dice. We cannot deal with that. Alright then. Spellcaller is not at its best in this matchup, I don't think. Flusterstorm is good. Engineer is fine, but I don't know that we want to. Supreme Verdict might be better than Swords here. I'm not worried about Snapcasters. I am worried about things being countered. Also, not going to Swords a Emrakul, so... Now, I think we possibly bring in Surgical. Because if we can counter one thing and then Surgical, it will be good. Wasteland is not at its best in this, so Crucible does not feel super important. So yeah, I think we just bring in a pair of Surgical and call it a day. And see how this works out. Yeah, I think I can keep that. Cool. I think we just try to slam standstill here, honestly. Which resolves. I'm okay with that. Play another top. Sure. Did they keep a one-lander? They did. I think we wait a turn on the Trinket Mage, because we really want to take care of any of their potential turn 2 plays, if they have them. So let's see, we could Pithing Needle the top, we could Pithing Needle Jace, or we could just get our top. Our hand is pretty good, so I think we just go for Pithing Needle here. And we will play that next turn. Definitely just naming top. If they respond, we could name Flooded Strand, though. Hmm. Yeah, I think it's still top. Really tempting to name Floated Strand, though. Not gonna lie. Wow. Okay. They scooped the game. Interesting. This is definitely a deck that I would need lots of practice with. I'm still pretty slow with it. Oop, find someone? Excellent. Sand seems decent. We can keep this. Probably just lead on Conclave. Yeah. Granted, this is a complete tell as to what we're playing. There's literally this deck and no other that plays this. So... oh, Delver. So here's the thing. We could Wasteland you. Or... actually, yeah, that would protect us from days if we did that. Which is kind of nice. Play top, pass it over. Force off the top. This is gonna get weird, I have a feeling. Explosives, you say? So we could play explosives for one with force backup without fear of days. Interesting. I have a force, so they could go force, we force back. Our brainstorm isn't going to be super effective anyway because we have fetch in hand that we would have to use in order to cast it. Yeah, I think I'm going to try it. I'll suck if they have another wasteland. Delver's kind of land light to begin with though, so let's... I'm kind of gunning for they don't. We'll see. Yeah, pretty much. We could play around Wasteland by just getting an island here. I mean, our deck is primarily blue. We chat ourselves out of swords, basically, because you would need a second color for Spell Queller anyway. Double white for Council's Judgment. So yeah, I think we play it safe and get an island here. Top should likely help us out of the situation if problems arise. Force back. Excellent. And we also have explosives plus ruins available, which is pretty sweet. Sultai Delver. Wait a minute, why would you do that? Why would you play into my explosives? Maybe they don't think we will because we have top, but we're just gonna draw with top. to get it out of the way. And then we're going to main phase this. Huh. Interesting. I just don't know sometimes. Okay, that's a tasty reason. Cannot hit artifacts though. Academy Runes OP. We play that. I think we just leave up Academy Ruins, not even play the top. Wasteland, in response, we Academy Ruins. Interesting. Blue, put that on top. Sure. Play Goyf, probably. I am so very confused. But whatever. I mean, if they have Force here, then I guess. Brainstorm, sure. I need Force plus blue card. Survey says nope. I'm not letting them untap with a death right. So I have effectively 4 for 2'd them so far. I like those odds. As long as this isn't Goyev. Then we're gonna see some trouble. I'm at a loss. Mishra's Factory is more valuable untapped. Weevil definitely will eat a Force if that's what they do. Him Turok. Well, Spell Pierce is just enough. I do like me some Standstill. Let's put Strand, Brainstorm, then Standstill. Excellent. Now we have a win con and a way to restock our hand. Tarmogoyf. Yeah, let's not deal with that. Please. Still playing around days, unintentionally. Snapcaster. These aren't the greatest. We could shut them off from green. Honestly, Tarmogoyf is the scariest thing in the world right now, so I'm fine with that. I'm not going to attack because they probably have Fatal Push. Is that a realistic thing? Not entirely sure. Probably. We don't want that. Trinket Mage gives us a shuffle. Snapcaster Mage gives us permission. I think we'll go Snapcaster Trinket. Trinket Mage is not bad, honestly. What does that get us, though? The only thing left on our deck is Pithing Needle? No, we don't actually want that. We'll get a Plains. Top. Brainstorm. Awesome. Caracas. Not so great. Swords is fine. I think I'd rather have the swords. At this point, yeah, exactly. Like, I was expecting it to last maybe a couple turns. So we Brainstorm and then Caracas. We can draw the Brainstorm. I think we just pass if they don't do anything. Probably looking to Snapcaster, Pierce just about anything. That's fine. And step. That's gone. Another snap. I think we want the Brainstorm. Maybe we just want to shuffle. Shuffle, probably better actually. That's one thing I don't quite know how to balance yet. Top. Okay. We're gonna have some snaps. Well, let's try it. Might as well test the waters. I know for sure their big thing will be Abrupt Decay, because that's like why they are bug. Maybe I should just be less hesitant with this. Brainstorm. We could snap, Pierce. What do we have on top? Nothing great. Could snap Pierce, but that does open us up to days. We also have snap swords, which is probably a better avenue in general. Rude. Sure. Counterspell. We have swords on top, with a what? Snapcaster underneath it. Can you not? Has a force, but that's all he has. I think here is the ideal time to go Snapcaster Swords. I mean, I know we have this, but I want to get a clock on the board too. Especially where they're gaining 6. I'd ideally like to make up for that a little bit. Council's Judgment. I think we want the snap before we want any of the other stuff. We don't necessarily even want the other stuff. Council's Judgment does nothing here. We already have the swords. It will take care of 90% of what they're doing. Him to Tarok. Okay. So we brainstorm, we draw 3. We can pitch the Caracas and something. Draw 3, put 2 back. Interesting. Let's do this first. Amazing. However, we could also just draw with top, which would probably be the Caracas, if anything. Yeah, so we go Judgment, Heath, Caracas, draw with top. Hopefully they hit the Caracas and something else. These are just duplicates. I guess not so much the snap, but okay, that's fine. One card in hand. Not gonna play into potential days. Thought I put Heath above the Caracas, but I guess not. And then Heath. There we go. We have 4 card types and 6 lands, so effectively 10 Emrakul mana. What are they drawing over there? So I don't think we want that Judgment. You gonna stifle me? that what you've been waiting for? Abrupt decay. I see your game. Sensei's dividing top is not the most important thing to us. It is probably what's keeping us in this game. This is so grindy. Lose the land. Yeah, I think we get a Tundra here. Actually, we should have let it go because we have Academy Ruins. Had not thought of that. Abrupt decay that in response. We'll respond by casting a second and brainstorming. One, two, three. We'll put that back and this back. Huh, that would have been a good idea. Yeah, I hadn't seen that. But that definitely would have worked. So we either could have used Brainstorm or Academy Ruins to get out of that. There are so many intricacies to this format, it's insane. Now we have 5 card types, so 11 Emrakul mana. We just need to play Drago here to save our clock. Our opponent seemingly wastes a fetch with no Brainstorm. I don't know that deck thinning is really that relevant at this point. So if you draw like a Brainstorm off the top, you're going to be so sad that you crack that. So even if they find removal, we have a second Standstill, which is pretty hot. They find it? Interesting. We have the swords here, so we go snap swords with force backup. Snap swords. Land. 5 plus 7 is 12. Got there. Okay. So against Delver, what do? Tormod's Crypt seems good against Death Rites and Goyfs. I don't know if it's relevant enough though. Like, I don't think it impacts quite well enough. Wasteland Crucible seems disgustingly good. I don't know that Emrakul is really where we want to be. Like, if we get to casting this, we're probably winning already. If we're that far into the game. Council's Judgment seems so. We'd probably just bring in Verdict instead of Council's Judgment. Or we could also take out Quellers. Quellers do stop Abrupt Decay, though. Flusterstorm seems lackluster, I think. Pithing Needle also does. Do that for that. Engineered's good at getting rid of Delvers and other shenanigans. Swords is also good removal. It's possible we just don't change much. We could just bring in more removal. Is Wing Shards any good in this matchup? I do not know. I feel like Standstill is a little worse on the draw. I could be wrong. Makestone deals with like half of their threats, but also just eats it to Abrupt Decay. Maybe instead of Council's Judgment, we play Wing Shards. It's really niche. I'm just gonna leave it like this. Let's bring in the Crucible pretty much. So if we can get to turn 2 without anything on their board, we can land a Standstill, hopefully. Seems okay. Surprise, surprise. I should probably force that. Yeah, I definitely should force that. Still not used to playing in a format where I can use Force of Will. So like F6 is a little too, I don't know what to call it exactly. A little too easy to walk into. Do we keep them off from lands? That would be beautiful. Holy cow, we did. Play around Wasteland, we don't have anything to play that is white anyway. Spell Queller will probably be our first play. Excellent. We really need to kill that, so I think we play this over the Conclave. Because it plays around Wasteland better. I mean, they have to draw a Wasteland, but still. I think Ambush Viper was Spell Queller. Untap into Standstill with a factory on the field seems really good. Factory that cannot be Abrupt Decayed. One more turn, I'm missing a land, come on. Ah, no. Oh, we have force for their days. Find a white source. If they have days pull, I mean they revealed days, right? Yeah. If they have days plus force, we're in trouble. It's possible we should have waited another turn, played this, waited till 4 lands, play this for untap, and hold up Spell Snare too. That's so much tempo though. I mean, it would probably also be the difference of, like, resolving this force and dying, but that was the wrong thing to exile. It's definitely supposed to be a standstill. Rude. Yep. Nope. I mean, I guess Conclave does also block that. There's no reason to not attack with this. Boy, that's not good. So, play factory. Pass it over. Use this and that to activate and then hopefully block. I mean, all we're looking to dodge is Dismember and Fatal Push. I just forget about Fairy Conclave, or not know what it does. Okay. Seems legit. So, pretty much all we're looking for now is a Swords. An EE would also be good. Naming Mistress Factory, most likely. An EE would be disgusting here, or Brainstorm into EE. Like, what even? Oh no! Okay, well. Let's see, they need instant or sorcery. So we have force, they have a bunch of things. I mean, if they don't see the line, then that's fine. What? They did not activate? Also, I was supposed to leave the other factory untapped. That's not what we're looking for. Yep. I guess Pithing Needle does deal with their Death Ray Shamans too. I did forget about that. In that case, what else would we take out? Yeah, we could take out these for Pithing Needle and another Engineered. That seems fine. The fact that their Delvers are also on one, though, makes Engineered a little more awkward. Crucible. This hand looks saucy. We can keep it. I think we lead on Delta. Untap. Play Tundra. Brainstorm off from Tundra. Maybe bin the Wastelands. We don't even need to do that. Crucible Wasteland is probably GG as long as we can remain stable enough. Like, they don't run basics, so... I don't know why we have a stop in their upkeep. Oh, it was for Snap Swords that first game. I remember now. Well, thank you. Sure. Holy Wasteland. I guess the death rate does make the Crucible a little worse. But... I don't know. Well, we're not doing anything on the stack, so we might as well let it resolve. Brainstorm. Verdict is pretty good here. Play Conclave next turn. Put these back. So as long as I don't have Wasteland, then we should be able to get there. Play this. The swords gives us a little play as well. If they do. That's fine. Instead Brainstorm? Yeah. we're pretty much just hoping that they don't have a wasteland. In your upkeep, I'm going to put a pause, depending on what you draw. A surgical. A surgical. Interesting. Well, that also makes our Wasteland Crucible story a little sadder, but again, I think we can play around it. We can play out both Wastelands and then play the Crucible the turn afterwards. So yeah, I think we just proceed here as normal. Does make our swords a little sad. Again, don't see Wasteland yet, so I think we're going to take the hit from this. Because all we got to do is resolve Verdict, really. That might... What? Leave me alone with the trash. Is it so wrong to just want white, white, blue? So now, I think we can... Yeah, I was wondering if they would do that. That's annoying. Well... That sucks. At least we have the verdict, the council's judgment. Is that all we have for removal? I think so. I do wonder if they... Yeah, main phase eat that. Now that they know we have Crucible in hand. I think we, like... Snap Brainstorm? Gross. That's ridiculous. Eat it. Taste all of it. Suddenly with Savage Rips. We're getting basic blue here, and we're just taking that death right to Pound Town. Hopefully they don't drop anything next turn. If that does end up being the case, then we can start Crucible Wastelanding without too much trouble. Wasteland, oh god. If we find another land. Yo. Land, we got 25. Please play Goyf. Or him. Either of those are applicable in this situation. Judgment is not. Goyf, please. Goyf. Can I eat the Goyf? I can eat that too. That's fine. Nom 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 nom. Unless you're gonna force it. no. No kids. We don't need no sculpting of minds here. Excuse me. There it is. I think we just play this out. If they have abrupt decay, we're sad, but better than getting wastelanded off from it. Yep. Okay. We do have an Academy Ruins in the list, though, so I'm not too sad, Panda. What is this? Lily? Okay, we'll discard the thing we can't play, and then Council's Judgment. Adding pseudo mana to our mana pool for Emrakul. We are now up to 8. Council's Judgment. Taste it. I like how it just doesn't make you vote because there are no other legal options. Wish Magic would do a little bit more like that. Like when you have one card in hand and it's not something that can be cast at instant speed. And they uptick Lily and it's like, which card would you like to discard? You're like, wow, let me tell you about that. Brainstorm? Or we can just, no, top is better here. What am I thinking? Boy, oh boy. Oh, Delver, how annoying you are. Okay, so we are looking for our second explosives here. None of those apply. So I guess those. And then Brainstorm main phase, try to hit a fetch. Put back, counterspell, then stand still, so that way if we need to force something, we can just pitch the standstill. Oy. Rude. Why did I not force that? Oh my god. My god. Having free spells is a burden, apparently. So let's just throw them away. Change of plans, aggro with Snapcaster. Probably really bad, but hey, look at that daze he just threw in the trash. And step. Hey Snap, what up? Sure. What are you exiling a land for? I guess you could brainstorm in response to my Snapcaster. Ew, if you had a daze, that would be so disgusting. Yeah, standstill on top. What? Sure. I think we do this now. We have have a standstill to discard. Attack Lily. Since we will not have 2 extra mana, we're just gonna keep. That was wrong. I think we should have just main phase actually. Maybe they'll do something crazy in response. Who knows? Yeah, now what? We can flash back this Force of Will at any time. Totally not how that works, but put the fear of force in them. That's fine. Sure. We have 6 card types. Not Emrakul Mana though. I think we just upkeep top. We already topped last turn. We put whatever was best on top. And we're gonna keep poking Lily here. Lily, Lily. That's fine. Ooh, trading a death right. That is what I was hoping would happen. Drain in response. Well, drain after blocks. Yep. Yeah, we just do this in response to them taking up. Top on end step so we can play around days appropriately. Or, actually... We will target the brainstorm, see if they respond. They cannot cast force here. They could brainstorm in response, but that seems really bad. But either way, if this resolves, we target brainstorm. See if they respond. If they do, then that's fine. We'll just top instead. Okay. Target this. So now they have to respond here. Dang. They pitch a Flusterstorm. Okay. End step, we brainstorm. Excellent. Force, Pierce, and Counterspell. Well, I guess Counterspell is probably the best of these. You're definitely attacking into this Lily. Our opponent is going to lose to their clock, it looks like. And that is fine. That's fine. We're discarding Spell Pierce to Lily and then countering anything that they may play. Fetch is totally where it's at. Okay. I'm very curious to see where that game would have gone. I feel like Lily probably would have ended it, but... way we don't know what we'd be drawing because of the strand. Yeah. So I'm gonna grab some water and then I'll be right back for some more Legacy. Alright, back we are. See if we can find anyone to play a game of Legacy with us. Also, see if Overwatch has got its new patch notes up. We are on the draw. I think I'm alright keeping this on the draw. We have 25 lands, so that's fine. Overwatch. F6. Not F6. I have a Force of Will in hand. Stop being an idiot. Okay. We're just gonna lead on Island, I think. Second land. Yep, we'll just pass it over. Wasteland. That's my game. Bant with a Wasteland. I do not like what is going on here. We definitely force this. Exiling. Based on the things in our hand, I think we exile Snapcaster. Hope to God they don't have a force. Ugh, which they do. It's troubling. So now we're looking for Council's Judgment. I think we play Trinket Mage, get top here. Also get a white source so we don't get wastelanded out of the game. Absolutely. See, I would get explosives, but we only have white and blue, so sadly not as good as we would like. I'm gonna go grab my toast real quick. There, just enough time to pretend that we were in the tank that whole time. Okay, Jite is fine. Because we can just pithing heal that. And unless they're hiding their black sources, I think they're just banned. It's sad that our Trinket Mage will die, however, it's not the saddest thing in the world. Okay, we're definitely bringing verdicts for this, jeez. Well, none of those are what we're looking for. I don't think the snap is even good. We have white, but where they have wastelands, I think we have to get another white to make sure we don't get wastelanded out of Council's Judgment. Well, we did lock ourselves out of Jace, which is a little awkward, but yeah, that's fine. Hey. So we'll draw those two, put two swords back. That sounds fine. Put back. We'll put back a standstill. And swords. Leave one swords in hand. Then we have our blue source there. Yeah. Find a blue source. Top. We have 3, we have 7 mana for Emrakul. I think we draw a counterspell here and then Wasteland. Actually, Wasteland is not bad. And then Wasteland, I mean, it's definitely not what we're looking for, but let's see. We could also bait out this Wasteland by playing Factory, and then if they fire that off, it makes our Wasteland way better. I think the white source is scarier. Yeah, it's not really about how much mana they have, it's about what colors they have. So, I can't imagine they're playing Daze, but we just need to get a card deeper in Fog for a turn more than anything. If we can Fog, provided they don't have another force. What? Sucker, what you doing? Don't have anything on top. We're just gonna do this in F6. Nope. Ew. Okay, we do have a stop in our upkeep. I think, however, we need to draw before. Draw that. Play this. Top with it. 4 types. And none of those will do us any good. I think we leave Force on top. If they go for Wasteland at any point, then we can Swords it in response with Force backup. Let us activate. Huh. Okay. these help us. So we'll draw the force and then top on our turn. Nope. Sad times. Okay. Well, I don't think we want these buckos. I do think we want this. Council's Judgment seems good. Pithing Needle. Like, we could name Wasteland, but that doesn't seem great. Meek Stone seems fine. And then my other thought is Humility. We could take out a Swords for Humility, I think. Does that seem right? Is there something else I should be taking out instead? It's possible where they're a Wasteland deck, we should not anticipate getting to Emrakul. So we'll try that. Where they can present such a fast clock. It's probably more likely to be the spots we want to hit. This is going to be like 8 and 9 mana, so. Oh, wait a minute. Explosives is good. We can also bring in Wing Shard instead of Spell Pierce. Just because this does deal with their shenanigans. No. Spell Pierce is worse because they have Mana Dorks. That seems fine. You can also bring in Crucible. I may do that next game, depending on how this goes. Huh. This could just end up being a garbage hand, but I'm gonna try it. I don't think they're doing much that we're afraid of on turn 1, so we could just lead with Engineered on 1. Or we could save it for Engineered on 2. Yeah, probably 2 is better. Killing their Mana Dorks is not as good as killing their Goyfs. Perfect. Sure. Holy cow, Overwatch. Let's see. We'll fetch. Find an island. Brainstorm. Put back Wasteland. Brainstorm. And Brainstorm is good. We could also put back Wasteland Tundra. It's probably better. Tundra. Fetch a white source. Why did I fetch a white source? Hell if I know. Well, we got a blocker for the noble now. Huh. So they are playing black. It's good to know. Holy cow. Waves. Standstill is not bad here. Our dork definitely beats theirs. So we could actually just play engineered and then standstill. I think we just play standstill though. And play around Pierce. We're not attacking the factory this turn, I don't think. We're probably just wastelanding regardless of what they do. Shut them off from black mana. Interesting. We're gonna nuke that ASAP. Well, that's a little sad. Um, yeah, should have gone with the engineered standstill business. Lead with that, try to bait out their wasteland. Realistically, I'm sure they know that the only things that actually matter are our factories. However, if we draw a wasteland, I'll gladly force them to wasteland, like so. Sure. So they have 2 wastelands in the graveyard. We have 2 and 3 in the graveyard. And then we have a factory in the graveyard. So at most they can only have 2 more wastelands. We have a total of 3 more factories, plus a conclave actually. Conclave is pretty OP. Clean up for our opponent. Play a factory and pass it over. And take these stops off from upkeep because they're annoying. That's hot. We can let that resolve. I don't think they saw engineered last game. So if they name Mishra's Factory, then we just play engineered for 1. Probably gonna end step brainstorm. That's fun. Wow, we're gonna get massive value out of this engineered. Please play another one. Make my day. And then, for real, we'll do the whole engineered and then standstill shenanigans. Sure. You got it. Or like, play a death right, that'd be even better. We're gonna see what the eye can see. Good God, we need some lands. I think we're gonna leave Judgment and Verdict on top. And then we're gonna play Explosives. We may not even play Standstill this turn because we just want this to resolve anyway. So we have access to Force, Human Life. We will force this. Probably pitching Snap. And no, we'll pitch Counterspell. That's fine. I'm not too concerned with that. Especially where we have another force. No. Now we'll probably get rid of the snap. Yeah. Okay, how badly do we get punished if we play Standstill here? Probably a lot. So we're just gonna pass it over. And if they have Croson Grip, no, that they wouldn't bring that in, I don't think. That doesn't work against Standstill, so I don't see any reason for them to. I'll pop a Reno that. Leave up Snare, or Brainstorm, or Spell Pierce. Stop. I don't have a way to deal with that. Oh wait, Council Judgment off the top. Right. Get out. Play a Goyf. Do you not have them? I would be sad. Woo! I did it, Mom. at the good old factory. If they swords it, then we draw 3 cards, which is fine because we need lands anyway. So that's an odd choice of things to break a standstill with. Okay. I'm gonna play this, and we're gonna play standstill again. And activate this. We now have 5 card types in our graveyard. And we're gonna play this. Oh, oh, ooh. That's some sauce. Sure. I don't think we have anything we do here. I think if anything, we use one of these snaps to end step brainstorm. I don't know what we don't need at this point, but might just put that spell snare back. I don't know. Caracas doesn't really do much here. Sure. Okay. Instead, we'll swords this. Play snap, brainstorm. Well, we'll put back the swords and a Caracas. Draw the Caracas. Play this. Play this. Activate this. Beats 4 days. And then, oh crap, I should have played the top. Heard before the standstill, that is. Third, a standstill broken. Also should have fetched in response to that trigger. Yeah, this is a lot more than I'm used to keeping track of. Brainstorm. Wasteland is fine. That happens. I don't think we do anything. We have so many cards in hand. We have 10. Well, swords that. Get out of here, NVIDIA. We do not want them to have anything to put a sword on. JTMS. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 standstills in our graveyard. Holy god. Yeah, so if we play top Caracas JTMS, we should be good. Attack with that. I think if anything, we put back a swords and a verdict. Blue, blue, white, white. Put back Conclave and a sword. No. and a verdict. Should put that back. I'm thinking way too much about my clock is my problem, I think. End step, activate. Spell pierce is okay. And conclave is probably okay as well. Do. What you doing? Zero on Jace. Put back Jace and verdict. Fetch them away. Snap. To brainstorm in response, I assume. Swords. In response, we swords. I guess. That's fine. So we put back verdict and Jace. Fetch right now so we don't forget. Wow, that library is awfully small. And then we're gonna go Caracas that, play this. Swords. Should have waited till they tried to equip, probably. But rather than not have the opportunity to. Counterspell, huh? I'm good at this. Okay, our opponent scooped anyway. I appreciate that. So we were thinking Crucible for something. I don't know what for though. That's the problem. I think we'll just play it as is for the sake of speed. See what we get here. We need another mana more than anything. I think we lead on Conclave. No, we have to lead on Island so we can leave up Snare. That's not really what we were looking for, but let's see. Wait, they keep a one-lander? Pow, right in the Kissa. Hey, welcome to the chat. Definitely gonna follow up with Conclave. We have two methods of interaction. We're not in a rush for wing shards. Opponent moves to discard. We're also not in a rush to fetch because we don't have any brainstorms right now. Just discard. Yeah, we're pretty safe to just slam Jace here, I think. Right? If they have force, though, then we do get wrecked a tad. So we should at least have one more mana to leave open Spell Pierce, most likely. Land, Jace. Wow. Not even close. I think we put Meekstone and Supreme Verdict on top. Already played a land for turn, so we pass. We're gonna fetch. Find a basic blue. Find that. That's fine by me. Play. Let us, let's see what their response is to this. Nothing? Okay, so let's force the Wasteland. And then probably start taking up with Jace. Our hand is pretty flush, so put it on the bottom. No. Oh wait, they've been mana screwed. So that probably would have been a good thing to put on bottom. That is fine, and then we can do that. Where do we go from here? Not entirely sure. I could, yes, put that on the bottom. Good God. And that is fine. Just gonna end step swords. Have them gain 0. And have a turn tick up. Death right. That's fine. No. Play this on 1. Pop. Yes, put that on bottom. They find a land anyway, it seems. Take up. Do we put that on bottom? Yeah, we probably do. Play land. So there's 1, 2, 3. Yep. That's funny. I just realized that 2 of our fetches on the table are dead. That's not good. Castle. Fetch. Tundra. Play this. Swords, sure. That's fine. And then we're gonna wing shards them. Our spell pierce isn't really super effective here. I figured I'd rather present a better clock and make sure this is more likely to resolve, because I need 2 different counterspells now. On surface level, it does not look like Flusterstorm would work here, but unfortunately it would, because those 2 fetches are dead. Wow, and they do have the Flusterstorm. However, they did cast it at the wrong time. They needed to wait for our storm to resolve first, and then they would be able to target it. So I don't know if they have another counterspell, maybe? No. I think they are trying to figure out what is wrong. No. That's fine. Trigger. Same targets. Now they just need force. That's fine. Boop. Boop. That is rugged. We have a Spell Pierce for anything they could cast, and a Council's Judgment for anything that would resolve. Put that back. Put that back. Play that. Fine. Top. Play top. Play standstill. That's fine. And step top. Bottom. This doesn't really matter. Pew pew. Oh, gross. Gross. That's an amazing idea. Yeah. The clock was quite real. Purposely breaking a standstill to make him draw 3 after you exile his library is really terrifying. Oh boy. Let's see. What do we got here? Yeah, that's the main thing about this deck, is I definitely need to get more comfortable with it so that way I can play faster. A top. Nope, that was super, super wrong. Play that. I mean, we're not doing anything if we play the standstill, so I don't know that we really want to play it. I don't know. We're not exactly drawing a bunch of lands here either. I think we're best holding up mana. Verse miracles. Okay. Legendary miracles, I assume. We don't do anything here, really. Play the Tundra we luckily drew. Awkward. I think we just play standstill at this point. Let's see, they have Caracas, so that means that we just bend the spell pierce, right? Sure, top. Main reason is if they do land a threat, they'll likely leave Caracas open, so you'll want both at that point. Oh no. Don't know that engineered is something we're interested in here. Come on, play something on man step. Let me burn up some of this card advantage here. Also, engineered is something we can get back to Academy run, so there's that. Huzzah! No discarding. we don't need a second standstill. That is for sure. Whoa, our opponent broke the standstill. Interesting. That's gonna make us discard a decent amount if we don't use some of this up. Why would you end step brainstorm other than for a miracle? I mean, if you're making us discard 4, I guess there is that. We don't need another standstill just yet, or that. We can discard a couple lands. I don't know. I don't even know. So we discard 4. 2, 4, 6, 7. Oh boy. Rugged. Miracle Stew style. Sure. Boop. We already have lands for days, so probably that. That's annoying. Can you not, like, ever? That would be great. I'm not too scared about my mana base here. We have Snap Snare, and then we also have Force. That's fine. Get an island and a tundra here. We're gonna pitch Snap, I think. Because if we can untap and play Jace, then we're pretty well off, I would say. Please don't tell me they have another Force. That would be frustrating. So we could still fight over this, but then we would have nothing. I think we might be better off playing Jace. And trying to find... That's fine. Trying to find, whatchamacallit? Council's Judgment? If you just, like, happen to have your Jace on top, I might be a tad salty. Brainstorm. Hey! Okay, so we put that. No, we put this, then that on top. So I think the only things that should be in their list for 3 drops would be click. Wow. Well, at least we have the factory to help mitigate that potentially. Yeah, so the 3 drops that they have are click, potentially mentor, depending on how the deck is built. I think we should have fetched there probably. Draw 3, put 2 back, we'll put swords, factory back. Yeah, and then we're gonna attack Jace. If they swords, we spell pierce, forcing them to put a 1-drop on top. And then we can Council's Judgment away the counterbalance. With that on top, that's fine. That gets countered. We force this, hoping they don't have a force. They used 2 already. So the fact that I even got a 3rd force is kind of gross. They have top on top, so then we do this. And get the counterbalance out of here. They do not have a 2nd sword, so where they have top on top, I'm assuming I might be able to get rid of this. Play top, that's fine. What even? That was so much work to get that last one off there. Put this on top, then that. Play this. Wreck that. So I am not playing around with that shenanigan. Try to nuke their Jace. Paying costs. With a snap. Actually, now that I think of it, I should have. Okay, he can swords anyway, so. So I put a land on top. Pretty much the only thing we're looking for here, I think, is Emrakul at this point. Put swords, then force on top. Play this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see, we have one more Tundra in our list, I think. Yeah, we didn't have to discard it. We have one more Tundra and we have one more basic plains. That's rugged. So yeah, we can block with factory without concern. Probably get swords tier though. Okay. Sad times. And I think we try it. It's a really thin line, but find Tundra. And probably just going to find the plains here because we don't want to accidentally draw it. Wasteland. Hey, that's an interesting one at least. Hey, that's a real thing. And it's on a number that's a little harder for them to actually counter. Yeah, that's not something we want. But at least now we have force backup for Spell Queller, I guess. not having access to abrupt decay is pretty rough. What? Rude. That's sort of a real deal. Probably won't live, but we'll see. Left a card on top. Rude. Wow. Rude as ever. I mean, realistically, they have snap on top. They could just activate top, draw snap, reswords. Yeah, there's no point in continuing this, I don't think. Ah, sad times. Yeah, it's probably less about these, more about these. How did I win game one? Was that game one? I don't even know. Must have been. Yeah, it was. Spell Pierce gets outclassed quick. Those are all fine. I realized at that point in the game that yeah, brain stopped. If I had remembered that that was the first game, I definitely would have scooped sooner. And trash. That's an easy one. This hand is fine. Turn 1 top, turn 2 standstill. Keep. That seems also fine. Boop, boop, boop. Sure. Get a Tundra. Play this game again. Now that I actually have pressure this time. Boop, boop, boop. least our clocks aren't too far off. Boop, boop, boop. So ideally, this is the sort of style that Landstill likes to take on. Turn 1 usually is more about answering their board than adding to yours, but sometimes you luck out and get a top to go along with things. I'll draw 1 deeper before I use this fetch. Ideally, we do really want to spell snare. We need to nail that counterbalance when it comes down. Flusterstorm is an excellent backup. And being able to sort of refill with Snapcaster is great. That doesn't matter because we need a fetch here. Boop, boop, boop. Well, we're almost there. Our opponent is refusing to let us draw any cards off the standstill. Unfortunately, we have run out of fetches, so it makes their top a little worse than theirs. They still have 2. They're going deep on this one. We find a wasteland, which is excellent. Activate. Attack. Between their fetches and this Mishra's Factory, we're getting quite a clock. Our opponent reaches deep for another land, I assume. That awkward moment when A, you tap the wrong mana, and B, you don't find a land. Ooh, buddy. well, we found a land. No, we did not. Standstill is down. We have 3 blue mana, which is enough for snare, snap, snare, or snare, flusterstorm, maybe brainstorm. I think we just discard the Jace, perhaps. No, we discard Trinket Mage here. We let this happen. We gain 2, we discard Trinket Mage. Trinket Mage basically at this point is a card to exile to force. They have way more lands than us. At the top, we have 3 card types. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're gonna go top, top, top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 card types. So we need a couple more things in there. I don't think we're supposed to play Standstill here. So ideally we need an instant and a creature. Sure. So end step we can brainstorm, snap, that's fine. They're still at 3 too. So really all we have to do is bump them with this mage and we're good. Miracle's just like icing on the cake. So Flooded Strand, we put this, this, and then that. And then we brainstorm, draw 3, put back, snap. No, we put back Standstill, then snap. Top again. Engineered is fine. That'll put another thing in the graveyard. We put that here, then we can drop this on 2. Just kind of leave it there. If they're concerned enough, they can spell snare it or something. Click. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What do we have over there? I think we want to snap in response to try and brainstorm. Put these 2 turkeys on top. It's possible they were targeting themselves, however. No, they're targeting us. Realistically, I should have waited for them to stack the trigger with the target. Swords is fine. We are back to 3 card types though. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Draw a card. Interesting. Mentor, that's fine. Pitching Standstill. Pyroblast. I thought that was going to be more for some reason. I don't seem to have anything techy that I can do here. Well, at least they will be tapped out. We do have that. I can do what? That's the question. So we have that and that. If we go, let's see, Jace, Emrakul, Jace, Force. So they have a Jace, a Brainstorm, a Red Elemental Blast. A Blood Moon. A Venser, 2 more clicks, 2 Flusterstorm, 3 Counterbalance. Okay. Top. What are we doing here? 1, 2, 3. think we realistically just need to brainstorm. Put 2 back. Put back that and that. Fetch. Find an island. Play this. Top. Swords. Draw. That's exactly the card we were looking for. 4. This will bring us to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. Yeah, that goes. They play Jace. Trying to remember the other 2 cards in hand. That's fine. What matters is in our hand. Play a top. They might have counterspell, but that's fine. Okay, they don't have counterspell. Good to know. They have Brainstorm, Ponder. Okay, so we can unsummon Emrakul. Let's top. Yeah. Counterspell, top, turn, let us, boop, no, cancel. They'll do that on their own. Draw 3, put back, counterspell, Venser. Land for turn. Cancel. Brainstorm. Put back this and that still. Ponder. Yep. In the order. Shovel. Click. Click. Yep, target self. Now, play this. Play this. Done. Okay. Finds a ponder. Unsummon the click. Play click. Putting top back into deck. Draw a card. Answer targeting Emrakul is fine. Click targeting Emrakul. That's annoying. I like how that Venser is allergic to being in their deck. There's only one. Factory is fine. You just hold up here, I guess. Draw a card. Okay. Those are not business cards, so sure. Yeah. That's fine. I don't know if they forgot about this explosives I have, but we'll see. No, attack with both. Attack with both. We got this. Ooh, swords. Cancel. No. I've probably driven this game in the wrong direction, but I don't know. That's fine. All we gotta do is hit him twice. That's fine. Vicious Factory off the top would be pretty sweet. Caracas is fine. Standstill is not relevant here. Because of time, I just have to end this if I can. Get out. They have just enough to hardcast a force if they want to. Caracas, that's fine. We can also hardcast a force. Flusterstorm would be disgusting here. Ew. Okay, I'm just gonna scoop to that. That's enough for me, folks. Oh, jeez. So, I still don't know what I'm doing with Blue and Legacy right now. Like, I don't have a comfortable grasp of the format, so I can't tell if this is even good, really. Had some good games, like, no doubt, but I just don't know. For now, I'm probably gonna peace out, because I gotta go catch some part of a birthday party. It was good having y'all, those who decided to join. For now, let's see, what is today? Today is Tuesday. I'll be back on Wednesday, most likely, to stream again. If you enjoyed what you saw, feel free to follow me here on Twitch. Otherwise, you can follow me down on the left at Twitter if you have any questions or just want to get in touch. Also, if you enjoy the stream and want to support, feel free to become a patron. There's a button for that just down below on the right. But for now, I hope y'all have a good one. I'm going to peace out. Take care.